upon a time, they were a radio show. A damn good one. The kind that set shit on fire. Metaphorically. Mostly. They were number one. They were chaos. And then poof, they were gone. But you never shut up about them. So guess what? They are back. This isn't that damn show, but it's damn close. Welcome to Not That Damn Show podcast.
Oh my God! I'm just going to start recording now and then I'll edit. I just want Lara to figure out how she's doing. This is pretty reminiscent of, back in the day when there was always at least one problem.
Yeah. Back when we didn't buy us no equipment, we had to buy our own.
That was fun. That was good times.
Hey, you got to admit that Vince picture, that looked like Vince. That looked like,
oh my God. I would have sworn that was him, man. That was hilarious.
Do you guys remember the picture of what Beyonce and Jay-Z would look like if they were poor, and Jay-Z looks exactly like him?
It was like a black Vince.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember when Ian made fun of his teeth?
Oh, I didn't just make fun of that. I went hard. I went hard in the paint on that one, and I got us all in trouble.
Yeah, he didn't talk to us for weeks on
It was
that.
like the last PD that fired us, though. He didn't talk to us for weeks either.
Well, he didn't talk to us for weeks leading up to firing us. He was like, I'm just going to avoid these assholes because they're going to start asking questions.
Do you realize I tagged him and my fucking post came down twice?
What? You tagged who?
Aaron Roberts. I said, I'm about to get unleash hell on you, Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers.
well, no wonder.
Oh my God. I didn't know that. They took it down. He must have reported it or something.
He must have. I tagged him twice last night and today, and it both went down.
That's hate speech.
It went down so quick that you didn't even respond because I knew you would at least laugh.
Oh, I've been all over it.
Bam. I tagged him as a little fucking.
Ew, fuck that guy. God, he's.
Yeah. Ian never met him.
You hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. You there?
Okay.
But we can't see you.
I want to say my heart goes out to you guys so much right now.
Hey, your camera's off.
No, really?
Yep, we can't see you.
I see myself. I see you guys.
Which
Stop.
You.
Start cam. There I am. Hello.
No,
Is it possibly on your side, Mikey?
it's not.
I can't see you either.
Nobody can see you. It's on you. Because we could see you before.
What the heck?
What'd
I
you
got the
do?
mic, but now I don't got the camera. It says they're both on. Should I just get out and come back in, leave studio and come back?
Yeah, sure. Why not? See if that
Okay.
happens. All right. Yeah, you were lucky, and you never got to meet Aaron. He was an asshole.
Yeah, he would have fucked you. Ian,
You
you
would have wanted to.
Yeah.
You would have liked that.
Consider myself super lucky, but I got fired first.
I mean, you should be. You should feel that way. There you are. Can we
Okay.
hear you?
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Hey.
Well, we're already started. We were just talking, doing our thing here. They're talking about how Aaron would have probably wanted to have sex with Ian.
I get it. I'm sexy.
Oh, he'd have fucked you right in the ass. There's no doubt.
Well, where else was he going to do it? I don't have.
In the ear?
He seems the type.
Your armpit? I think that's a thing. People like to fuck armpits.
I never fucked an armpit.
I mean,
I've never fucked an armpit either. Never thought about
never
it.
wanted to.
Seems
I was
weird.
young though.
There's plenty of time left to stick your dick in an armpit.
I mean, I don't. I would look. I would Google it, but that would just send me down a rabbit hole that I really don't want to go down.
I mean, I can search for it and put it up on the screen if you guys want.
Really, Rally, you did not.
That's what I love about this. There's no FCC. We could have people fucking armpits.
Honestly, that's part of the greatest thing about this is we can say and do whatever we want to, and nobody
Yeah.
can do shit.
I can finally drink during this show like I've wanted to for 7 years.
You act as if you never drank during the show before.
When there were company parties like twice a year and they had beer during our show, but not like any other time.
Well, didn't we one time go and drink whiskey like in Vince's office or something, or take shots or some shit like that?
Only one time.
It was a bottle that it wasn't even his. He took it I think he took it from us.
He did. He took it.
He took it from he took the bottle out of our office, and then he was like, "Oh, come on, let's have a drink in our office." And then, thanks, we could have done this at any time. Like, what
he said, shut the door.
Yeah, we did. And that's like, remember, and then after COVID, when we came back and all the liquor that we had in our office was gone because Lara was fucking sitting there getting hammered. He was the only one.
See, you're saying I drank during the show. She's the one that, or she's the reason all that alcohol was missing.
Yeah, what happened to that alcohol?
Well, during COVID, you guys were all gone. I was the only one there. I was depressed. I was by myself and lonely, and the alcohol was the only one there for me. Okay, it understood.
It understood.
That went from funny to sad, actually.
Yeah.
Remember when I was the first one to bring COVID in the building and they freaked out? They spent like $20,000.
Clean the fucking building. They had to like sanitize everything, and then they started separating everybody. Like you have to go in through these doors. Like if it were like it was racist or something. Like if you're that.
There was a sign by the water fountain. It said, "It's not safe to sip. It's not safe to sip."
Yeah, it's don't stand here and have a conversation. Get your fucking water and get away from each other. Don't talk.
I had to
each
use
other.
the white water fountain only. Like it was weird.
How it was like it was the white door. You could only go in that door, or if you're Mexican, you had to go in that door. It was crazy.
I never understood which bathroom to go into. By the way, in California, it was like which one? Men, women, I don't even know which one I use.
That's the thing. Now you could just use any bathroom. It doesn't matter if you have a penis, vagina, or neither. You just go. It doesn't matter.
I'll just say if I'm in a bar and the seal's broken, I don't give a shit what genitalia I have. I'm going to a bathroom and I'm going stat.
You don't even need a bathroom. You just go. Like you're California, you could just go pee, poop wherever you want to. You guys know that. It's
Larry, remember that big gigantic cubic hair you took a picture of? Whose was that?
I don't know, but it was curly. So I'm going with some.
Yeah. I remember now. I think we know who it was because it was always the same person that was using that bathroom at the same time every day.
Call him out.
It was either the Asian guy from the classic rock station whose name
you gotta say he's Asian. You gotta say he's Asian. You can't just say the guy.
I don't remember the guy's name.
Are you talking about Tom?
Yes. Yeah, it was either him or Andy Hawk.
I think it was Andy
I
Hawk.
don't have much hair to be the curly pubes.
Tom has dark hair, which would be accurate, but it's not curly.
But we don't know what color Andy's pubes were. He dyed his hair. He wasn't really blonde. We don't know if his pubes were blonde or and who has blonde pubes anywhere. Anyway, like everybody.
We don't know what their landscaping situation is.
True. And in no offense, Andy, if you've listened to this, which you won't be, you blew up the bathroom quite a bit. Like I feel like he was the guy that would go in, like when there was always those toilet problems when they were complaining and having meetings, like, hey, you guys got to make sure you stop shitting all over the place. Pretty sure it was that guy.
Lara's box was right across from the bathroom, that window. I could see anyone who came in and out, and I will say he was the one marching down that bathroom, and he was quick, like he didn't want people to see him.
If you think about it, it makes sense because the everything that man ate, he would never bring his own food. It was always Burger King, Chick-fil-A, stuff like it was always fast food. And of course, he was blowing that shit up.
Mexican from across the street, all that shit.
Yeah.
He ate
never brought his own lunch. He just always was on DoorDash.
Bring up something that's probably going to get us all worked up a little bit because I got to find that out. I found this out a few weeks ago. I didn't know those fuckheads on the end. That morning show hated us.
Oh,
that pissed me off. I was like, I thought we were cool.
So I'm glad you just brought that up. I went to a charity thing last night and Gavin fucking Ferguson was there. And I didn't talk to him or anything. Apparently, he's on the board of the Rockland Community Theater, which is fine. Rockland Community Theater is great. My stepson does theater there. But I saw him and I was like, God, I fucking hate that guy. And it just like enraged me a little bit. Just looking at him, like he's all short and fat and just looking. That.
I didn't know you hated him.
I didn't know they hated us.
That's the thing. I didn't know they hated us. I thought Katie and Kevin and them were cool, but now fuck those guys.
I don't know about Kevin. Like I never had a problem with Kevin, and Katie was just, Katie's Katie. I've known her for a really, really long time, but I had never ever got along. Like Gavin and I were never I'm not gonna say we weren't cool, but we weren't ever friends. You know, we he's so liberal and I'm so the other way, and like he loved Biden. He probably would have blew Biden and shit. Like we're not.
I
friends.
won't say a name, but I almost fucked somebody from that show.
Dude, there's only one chick on the show. I wonder who the fuck it could possibly be.
Is there something you need to tell us?
No. I got sober. It was in Chicago.
I would like to point out that I was gonna bring it up, and I'm so glad that you did, because I was like 10 seconds away from being like, Stroke, didn't you almost fuck that chick?
Yeah,
I didn't.
why didn't you? I remember encouraging it, saying take one.
We both did. We both did. We're like, we should bring her. It's like when two countries would fight to bring peace. So like, you need to fuck her just because
she wanted it, man. She
wanted it.
I'd have put it in her ass. I mean, someone's ass.
She is a married woman.
I don't even know. Whoa! I didn't even know
what you're talking about.
I don't think. Well, you know what? I don't know what's going on with their marriage. I'm not going to call out their marriage. It is what it is. But they're still on the air. That is the most mind blowing thing out of all of this. They're
well, my
still
God,
on the
I mean,
radio.
you can't. How do you lose when there's fucking nothing on the radio to listen to in Sacramento?
And they still lose.
Who's the best in Sacramento? Call anybody out. Who's the best in the mornings? I don't know.
I have no idea.
I couldn't tell you. I don't even know.
Very well.
Yeah, I don't even know what's on the air in this market. I know that by looking at the ratings, because I still check.
Of course.
The number one station is the Eagle, isn't it?
I thought it was. I can look right now. Actually,
Oh, you know what? Take a look, because I think maybe you're right. It might be a news station, but the Eagle is.
I think it is news.
Yeah, Eagle's easy. You just talk for a couple seconds and then play music.
Yeah, you're an interval in between tampon commercials. That's all you are.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and by the way, since I'm just ranting a little bit today, just to get started, Pat Martin pissed me off too.
It pissed me off too.
I like Pat Martin a lot, but as soon as we got fired, he was like the only one didn't reach out. He unfriended me, and then apparently Ian too. And I have no idea why.
Yeah. So in Sacramento for the holiday book is KYMX, which is
Mix.
AC.
So that makes sense.
Then News Talk, and then KSEG, which is classic rock.
Yeah. Where's 98 Rock on that list?
Oh, can we guess?
Oh, God.
Like 11, 13. 11, 12, 13.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 down with a 2.3.
How is it that bad? I don't understand.
How do you go from the top active rock radio station in America? Am I lying?
In the country.
We got
go down there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you got Buck Teeth Vince doing shit like that. They got these dumbasses that are just like
Oh my
run the
God.
radio stations.
Well, let's see. Who ruined it? Like, was it Vince? Because I feel like Vince sort of just
Him leaving, abandoning it, and then hiring the least qualified people in the world to run it is what killed it.
But was Joe really least qualified, or was he?
No,
Was
I
he
think Joe could do what he wanted to do. I think Joe.
That's true. Yeah, Joe was
Joe was like
restricted.
the only one was actually good from the fucking station.
He was PD in title alone. He had no real power because he even told us, he's like, I would love to do all these things, but he's restricted by Vince. And we could go all the way to the top and say David Field did nobody any favors because they just started investing in stupid shit.
Yep.
And then the company has no money because they're like, podcasts are the future. That's great. Then encourage us to be doing podcasts, but stop investing all this money in these podcasting companies that realistically went nowhere.
No, they didn't. They ended up having to selling them.
And then the money that was loaned to us that was loaned to Odyssey, it's being called in. They're calling in all the loans. And now we're bankrupt. They're like, oh, sorry, everybody, we gotta fire you.
And then he just got basically fired, pushed out, but he stepped down from Odyssey as the CEO. Like that was his family's company, and he fucking ruined it. They were worth the company was worth millions and millions and millions of dollars, and it went down to like hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, it was a Fortune 700 company when I joined it.
Yeah, we used to play the stock game. Like how much our stock worth towards the end, we're like 12 cents.
It's so bad. That company is.
They literally got delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. That's terrible.
Yeah. But you know, that's true too. And it kind of brings up something I wanted to talk about was just sort of the state of radio. Is it just Odyssey? No, it's all of radio. Like radio, who's listening to the radio anymore? I know that you guys are on the radio, no offense, and so am I too. And I don't want to sit here and dog on something that I know that probably all of us have a little bit of love for and passion for.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's the people in charge of it are fucking killing it.
That's true. So Ian and I are still technically we're not on the same station, but we're doing terrestrial radio, as you would say. And yeah, you see that. It's like people at the top, I feel like most of them just want to retire and don't give a shit about the future. I kind of felt that way for a while.
You've been saying that for a little bit. You sort of we all sort of saw the writing on the wall, but you've been mentioning that for a really long time because they weren't trying to reach the young people.
Yeah, they send you out with broken tents and vehicles that leak on you, no heat in studios. I mean, that's what I'm dealing with currently. Now, I like the people I work with. I think they're doing the best they can be for a small company, but I just don't think overall it's just where it was.
For Odyssey as well, I think when they got rid of interns, they also got rid of a lot of like potential with the younger audience just because of the interns were bringing in all kinds of new ideas and new people and new faces and stuff that were, they get that off too. So
that's another thing, because people ask me all the time, how do you get into radio? I'm like, are you asking me how I got into it, or how does someone get into it now? Because I could also tell you, I have no fucking idea.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know how you get into radio now. I don't know if you'd really want to get into radio right now. It's
the day I realized it was when Vince told me I'm going to paraphrase this. We don't give a shit about the younger audience. So in other words, why are we an active rock station, but not trying to play newer stuff? And his words were, we don't give a shit about the younger audience.
That was always my biggest problem with
therefore, they're going to go to alternatives, which is Spotify and or Apple. And
is that a money thing though? Is that sort of like the sales side where they're like, okay, we don't care about the younger people because they don't really have money. We care about the older 25 to 54-year-olds because they're the ones that our advertisers are looking at. Is that kind of what he meant? Or did he just straight up mean like, fuck young people? That's not what we care about.
I took it as, I don't give a shit about the younger people. My ass is old and I'm going to retire soon. I'm not investing in the future. That's what I took. That was the day I walked away and realized the shit was going down.
And
that's fair.
That was always one of my biggest problems, and I was very vocal about it. The stuff that we're playing, it's stuck in a very specific time period. We're not doing new things. It's just like, I'm not saying we need to be as active, because the station that I work for, we're constantly adding new music. I'm at least 8 new songs a week, or try to. How often did we add a new song? Anytime Shinedown or one of the biggest bands in the world came out with a new album. So that was like maybe 4 songs a year.
We took no risks. The station didn't take any risks. They wanted to play it safe, and because that's what was working for them. But then, you go to Aftershock, or you go to any one of these festivals, and there's 100,000 people there, and there's 70,000 people watching a small band, or 25,000 even people watching a band that you may have never even heard of, or a new coming up band. Like, that says something. There's something there that these people want to see, and I think
we used to.
Well, go ahead. What?
98 Rock used to play oddball songs and stuff like that, like all the time. And then something happened, and it was all Pearl Jam and whatever.
When Peterman was there, when Jim Fox was there, he took some chances. We played some new music, at least at night we did.
Or during the middays, I remember that a lot.
Yeah, Pat did. Yeah, you're right. Pat would play some of that stuff, but that was when the things were good. Rob's bitch ass, they were winning. Pat was winning. We were on. We were like, that's when things were pretty good. And even with Vince, for the most part, when Vince was there, it was good. It was up until we hit COVID.
Well, reflecting on what you said about Aftershock, that's why, like, every time, because I go to a lot of shows even now, people are always like, oh, I'll get there when the headliner shows up. Like, no, because a lot of these openers are the next big thing. So, every time I see a band that I actually like, I stick around for the featured artist. And I'll meet them backstage. Like, hey, y'all got anything new coming up? I want to hear it. Maybe put it on my station. Yeah. 98 Rock was the same. It was so safe, and it was so boring because we told our last boss, or at least my last boss, for I don't even know how long, a year maybe. We need to stop coming out of commercials with these slow, boring as shit Stain songs. It's killing me.
Remember how we had an event at, I think it was Twin Peaks, with all those like hot girls, and it was supposed to be like a Friday night party type thing, and we just kept playing like Sound of Silence and like super depressing Cut Your Wrists type songs.
Yeah, and they had it on in the restaurant because they were trying to be able to hear us out there, and the waitresses were just so annoyed.
Hey, do you guys remember in that time we were at Twin Peaks and somebody tried to kill Lara when she was pregnant?
Yeah.
God.
Man,
Oh my God. They were sending us to these events with no staff whatsoever, telling us to basically engineer the goddamn thing by ourselves, no security. Like, we talk a lot of shit. We said a lot of crazy things on the radio. There's a lot of people that didn't like us. And there was specifically one guy that wanted, I don't know what his deal was with you, Lara. What the hell
I think
happened?
he was obsessed with her.
I literally had to call the cops. You remember the cops showed up because he brought like what was a very cryptic death note. And then he walked in, handed it to me and said, "You're the one who was having a baby, right?" And I said, "Yeah." Hands me the note, leaves, doesn't say another word.
So weird.
So weird.
I didn't remember what this guy, but I was like, this guy's going to kill you.
As much as we were controversial, she really, in my view, is not. She has a way to be hated by people. And I don't know how. Like, I still can't. It wasn't just jealous women, it was just people.
Yeah.
For some reason, she attracts, worse than I do, crazy fucks.
Yeah. Why is that, Lara? What is it?
I don't know. I got a vagina. Well, actually, no. There was that one guy that came to Twin Peaks and tried to fight you, Mikey.
Banging on the fucking, the guy who was banging on
yeah.
that glass? That was fucking crazy.
I don't remember that one. Of course, we
You
drank,
guys are
drank a lot of
yeah.
beers during that.
Yeah.
We should have beat the fuck out of them. You know,
We
that
should've.
we'd have count our jobs then. We'd have kept our jobs.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
Not my radio show, piece of shit.
Yeah. People want to kill Lara. People want to fight Mikey because we got in a fight at a, was it Papa Roach or some shit?
People want to fuss
Someone
through,
threw a chair at
and
you.
then people want to shock Ian.
Someone threw a
Yeah.
chair at you.
Yeah, somebody threw a chair at me. Some guy punched me in the eye because maybe I was standing too close to him at a concert.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's
And I'm
room.
and I'm sorry. He blew a golden opportunity because if I throw a chair at somebody, I'm gonna say take a seat. I mean, come on, it's right there.
You missed opportunity for
Yeah,
sure.
fucking idiot.
Fucking guy. All right, so
what do we want to do with the podcast? Because I know a lot of people are listening. Like, what is our podcast going to be so different than a radio? What do you guys just think?
I mean, how different does it need to be? I think that the people who are listening are tuning in because they want to hear what we used to do or something similar to what we used to do. And I mean, maybe people can leave comments on whatever platform they're listening on and let us know. What do you guys want to hear? Like, do you want to do stupid news? Do you want to do Florida Man? Do you like, I mean, what do you guys have in mind?
I was kind of thinking, so I might be crazy here, but because we have the internet and nothing is like limited now,
Mm-hmm.
and I live, Ian does too. We live in a real tourist town, not like Sacramento, because no one wants to visit Sacramento. Sorry.
On purpose.
But we live in a tourist town. I was thinking about going out live with a microphone occasionally and we just ask people weird fucking questions.
I love that. But well, sort of like remember when Lara was in the sack? It was Lara in the sack, and she would go out and Lara hit hard streets of sack. What do we do? Stroke in the sack.
Well, wait, where are you exactly? What's the town?
So I live in Destin, Fort Walton Beach area. So I have like an Okaloosa Island, Destin.
Stroking this beach. There you go.
Smoking beach.
There you go.
I like
Lara, write that down. Beach. So there's
Write
tons
that
of
down.
tourists. I was just thinking we could fuck with tourists, and that would make. We don't know what the fuck they'll say. It's live.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be awesome. I love that idea. I think we can do anything we want to. We could try whatever we want. We could see what sticks and what doesn't. I mean, most podcasts, and I'm sure if you guys listen to them, are very specific about, like Ian's podcast is very much, with movies. My podcast is pretty much news and politics. One of the other podcasts that I host is all about the oil industry. So like those are all very niche, but I think, do we need to be that way?
I do whatever
Be
we
whatever the
want.
fuck we want.
Yeah.
Right? It's like a radio show, only it's a podcast.
Just less scripted than it used to be. And I know a lot of people are. You guys need to seriously move on. Like, Ian needs to get shocked. Really? Y'all are so single-minded that's all you got.
How are we gonna do that?
I would like to point out that. Do you know where that shock collar is? Does anybody know where it is?
I have no idea.
They're on Amazon, right?
Oh no! The shock collar, the one. You can't just buy another one. However, that would work. But the shock collar, I know where it is,
You
I'll
have
an hour 20 minutes.
It's over there. and nobody
Hilarious.
is because that was just as much mine as anybody else's. So when they fired me, I took it. So
I mean, like, what would you do? Shock yourself? Like shock yourself. No.
Yeah, so like, as if I would ever do that, because everybody's like, "Oh, Ian needs to get shocked." Well, it's in my possession, so I don't see that's ever going to happen unless my Venmo is right here.
It's over the other way a little bit, but
I got it right here. I think it's damn to you guys. It's right here.
I think
Right
it's a
there,
good idea to make people at least have people understand that it's going to be a little different than what it was on the radio because it's a podcast and we're not all together. We're not all in the same room like we were. So I think maybe it's just kind of setting those those expectations and making sure people's expectations are. I don't know what people expect, to be honest with you. I think
it's beautiful. Honestly,
I don't know what to
think it's
expect.
We all thought about it a long time ago. It's like you don't have to be in the same studio.
No.
It's making it coordinated enough to work. And we have. I don't know how, but when we came together, it was outside of. I don't even know how to explain how our personalities just made art, but it
don't
did.
either.
We're all different. Nobody's the same.
Nope. You're right. And that I think is part of why it worked so well. And that was like a universe thing. I mean, there is no explanation of that. That was the universe piecing it all together and giving a gift to Sacramento.
Yeah, and I took a big chance because when Peterman or Jim Fox hired me, he's like, all right, we're going to come over.
Yeah, we can drop the Peterman thing.
Yeah, at this point.
Peterman, Jim Fox, whatever you want to call him. But he said, we're going to build a show. And he's like, and then I see this quote from Mikey. Mikey is going to be, what the hell are you? It was some kind of like counselor or I don't know. There was some kind of weird quote that you were going to do, but I had no idea I was even working with you. And then I think he knew we'd get along in the office and then things just took off.
I think he everything he did was methodical. So I think he kind of had a plan no matter what, but just didn't let us in on it. He just wanted things to come sort of happen organically. And I think that's kind of how I feel about what I at least want for the podcast. I kind of want things to happen organically, just like the show did. There were so many bits that we came up with during the show and just kept doing some of them. They were awesome.
Yeah. So like when I took the job here, I got put in the studio with Taryn. Great. We get along fine, but it took a while. There was no like a month to get to know each other. It was like awkward.
Get to work.
Even on the air, trying to like know how to exit breaks and in and out of breaks. It was just, it took months longer, I think, because the way they done it.
Yeah, that's weird. That is kind of a weird thing to just do, is to just throw people together who don't have any, you don't even know if they have any chemistry or not. You're just like, here you go, make it work. That's
no, but at first I was like, I don't know if she likes me because she's still going, why are you here? You don't want to be this place. This place is a piece of shit. You don't want to be here. Our boss is a piece of shit. Or this guy's a piece of shit. I'll be damned if she wasn't 100% honest with me. I'm like, yeah, piece of shit. Yeah.
She wanted a solo show.
Jesus.
I wanted that solo.
Would she be by herself before?
No, she had a guy that I knew for years and he passed away.
Oh, that's right. I knew that. That's right.
Yeah, and then a guy before that passed away. So I'm the third one in the seat. I'm starting to die. So I think I'm gonna have to like leave before I die.
Please don't die. That would be horrible. And then Ian, so now you're doing mornings at 97X.
Yeah, I was flying solo for a while because there wasn't really anybody that was doing live radio, and they basically told me that since you're the only one that's going to be live, you basically are going to be the face of the station. And my old co-host that worked with Stroke and I, he was in the hospital recovering from his second lung transplant. And the plan was when he was finally able to get out of the hospital, he would join me. So I started doing afternoons just to get my foot, just to figure out how I wanted to go about being solo. Then I moved me to mornings. About 6 months later, he joined me, and it was just like riding a bike because we had the experience of working together before, so there wasn't a learning curve or anything.
Yeah.
But
so is he with you now? So is it Ian in RBG?
Yeah, it's the morning D, which
what is that? The morning D? You just call yourself Morning Wood.
I don't know. I think the D could also mean drive. So
that's true. That's true. I like that.
It's a little double entendre.
There's a lot of good imagery there.
I'll work with. I'm getting rid of her. I'm like, Taryn, I'm getting rid of you. It's going to be Dick in the morning. It's going to be Stroking Dick in the morning. But
Stroking Dick. Stroking.
I mean, wouldn't that
there was a
name ever?
There was a time where every new intern we hired back in Panama City when Stroke and I worked together the first time, your intern name had to be whatever your name was plus Dick. was like, we had this guy is there, easy Dick, and then Zach Dick. I was like, I don't know why, but it was like a hazing thing.
You guys just love dick. That's why.
Hey, this wasn't my idea.
I mean, like Strokes got the whole penis summer penis tour going on. He had the penis gun. Like, you guys love penis.
Do you still have any of those guns? Do you still have any of those guns?
It's out there to interrupt and change it, but I would love to come in December.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. But
are you doing? Mikey, you did your little Christmas toy drive like this.
I didn't do one this past year, but I'm actually like, maybe there's something we can put together as we could do it for this.
There's literally no reason not to.
I think it'd be awesome, whether it's a Christmas thing or even something in the summertime. If we could put together just like a meetup, and then I can probably get together. Lara and I could probably work together and get some food trucks going, and maybe put together a little, not that damn show, whatever the fuck.
It could be barbecue trucks, and we'll call it the meet up.
I love it already. Write that down, Lara. That's a great one.
And we talk about the Odyssey building and give him the finger. That's all I wanted to do.
We should absolutely do
no one even has to be there. Just
let's go there. Let's go there.
Dude, can we do that?
Why not? They can't stop us. We can do whatever we want.
Hey, remember how Ian never got to work in the nice studio?
Yeah,
That place sucked.
Yeah, I was gonna say you didn't miss. It was nice to kind of look at. It felt kind of cold and no real personality to it, but everything was broken. Nothing worked for us. Like it was.
You got fired.
You know what did piss me off though is that they were constantly taking us on tours to see the updates. So it was like the worst fuck tease ever.
Yeah, well,
It's just like, hey, here's all the shit that we're working on, and you're never gonna be able to use it.
Neither were we. Neither were we.
Oh, we sat in those studios for like 2 months, and then they're like, "All right, we're done with you."
I do remember after I got let go. Every day, Stroke would go to work. He'd be like, "I'm probably getting fired today." And then one day,
That little fucktard, Aaron Roberts, that little fucktard. By the way, Aaron, if you're listening to this, you say you come down to this beach in my area, you come on down. I'm willing to take a fucking misdemeanor, motherfucker.
Wow. I would be willing to watch that. That's for sure. I would love to go and be a part
that
of
way
it.
the judge ain't got nothing to contemplate. He's like, oh yeah, he whooped his fucking ass. I'll whoop your fucking ass, Aaron.
Let's talk about that guy for a second. Where the fuck did he even come from? Does anybody know?
His mama's basement. I don't know. That guy sucked.
As far as I know, investigated him. Nobody knows him in radio, so he apparently was blowing somebody at the fucking top.
So the guy that replaced us, I've had a couple small little conversations with the Bailey show, but nothing. Like, he hasn't given me any information but he does keep telling me, he's like, we got to jump on a call or something. I want to tell you some stuff, and I have yet to do it. But he hates him too. So I don't know. And I thought they were friends. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure what the fuck.
He knew him from Atlanta. I don't know Bailey. Bailey may be a great guy. I don't know the guy. I really don't have anything bad to say about the guy. I know that he knew him. That was his job to bring them in. A lot of people don't know this, but our job was to build up the afternoon show and replace Rob. A lot of people don't know that. That was what we were hired to do. That is exactly what they did there. Yeah. And he knew him from Atlanta. And they brought them in, but they failed because you can't follow us. I'll be honest with you, you can't follow us because we were so fucking good.
Well, there's just like, you can't replicate what we had. And I'm not trying to be fucking egotistical or not, but you just can't. Like, not everybody has it. The Woody Show has it. Like Rob, Arnie, and Don, they had it. There's shows around the world that that have it, that can do it, but you can't just get rid of us and then bring in some show that has never been in the market and have people accept it.
Yeah, the problem is I don't think they were even trying to match or top us. They were just going for a cheap option. That's what they were really trying to do. They stopped caring about 98 Rock. I do believe that.
Yeah, because I remember thinking there's no way, because if they're gonna get rid of us, they had to move here probably for peanuts. Like, there's no way they're getting paid a lot. They're doing this because it's a job. And I listened to maybe collectively like 5 minutes of the show because it was hard to do, but I'm just like, you put this kind of whatever they're doing, it doesn't belong on a rock station, because they were more realistic. They kind of belonged on a pop station. The things that I heard them talk about, I'm like, this is pop station jargon.
Interesting.
Like, we're talking the shit that we're talking about, like the more hardcore stuff that we were allowed to get away with, like what was it? I Wish I Didn't Know, and stuff like that. The more
Missed connections.
yeah.
That shit was good. That's the stuff that nobody is doing now. But there's that Jubal show. Does anybody listen to that guy? Has anybody heard of Jubal?
No.
I've heard
I
of
think I
him.
see with that shitty radio jock talk shit about him. Is that the same
Calls
guy?
him Gerbil. He calls him Gerbil in the morning. It's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious to me. But that guy's supposedly a total piece of shit. But his show apparently is pretty similar to. They do some of the stuff that like what we used to do. It's
Grant,
not
you just
parodies.
You just called us a piece of shit.
Well, no, he in general is supposedly, allegedly, a rapist and all these other things. I don't know anything about the guy. I'm just throwing it out.
God.
I said allegedly.
I said allegedly. I don't know. I don't even know if I have to say allegedly. Fuck him. He raped everybody. I don't know. It's the internet.
I don't know.
Everywhere I want to.
Did he get charged for rape? How do you get a job and do radio and you're a rapist?
That's a great question. The Instagram account you're talking about right now, the shitty radio jock, and for anybody who's listening, you can go follow this guy on Instagram if you want to. He's really funny. He is right now having a competition of the worst PD in America that has been like charged with sexual assault allegations. The list is great. He's going to announce his winner on Valentine's Day of the sexist, most biggest piece of shit in radio. Aaron hasn't made the list yet.
Oh, yeah. I think Aaron would have fucked us in the ass, though. There's no lie. He got and I posted this. This is true. You know that. When he was drinking, Larry, you were there. Ian, you were fired. But the more he drunk, the more gayer he got. I'd know he wanted to fuck us.
He also got very racist the more drunk he got.
Yeah.
Like, this is not allegedly. I was there. I witnessed his racism.
I'm not alleging nothing. This fucking happened. He wanted to fuck me in the ass.
I don't know. I just don't know how those two things go hand in hand, because usually if you're a racist, you're usually a homophobe as well. How are you gay and a racist? I don't get that.
He hates himself.
Maybe.
He hates himself. But a lot of people are going to think we're over exaggerating this because he fired the show or whatever. But I will tell you right now, I promise you, there's nobody like this man. Whenever I left, I wrote an email saying every single thing that he ever did. And it was a long email.
Do you have that email, Lara?
I do.
Can you read it?
Right now? It's really
I would love to
long.
hear it. You don't have to read it if you don't want to.
Next podcast, you read it.
Yeah, save it. That's
Oh
great.
my God.
For the next episode.
Here's the thing. I don't got nothing to say about the guy. He didn't fire me.
He would have
But-
fucked you quickly. He would have fucked you within like a second. You would have just bent over and just took it, Ian.
Look at me. I'm like candy to those people.
You look
I
young.
said everything straight to his face. Like I told him straight up. Like when he said we're going in a new direction when they fired us, I said, "What direction? Down? Like what the hell are you doing? You don't even know this
I
market."
still have the ratings pulled up. So yeah, I guarantee. Yeah, that was the direction they went, because I still have the ratings pulled up.
I was like, I remember that meeting. I was like, I get a notification and it says, "Oh, you've been removed from 98 Rock Facebook." And I go, "Guys, I think we're getting fired." I already been saying that for days. Like our PD's not talking to us because he's a pussy.
Yep.
And then Aaron Roberts is a pussy. And then I'm like, "What?" And then Yobo like, "Nah." I go, "I've been removed." And then he walks in there.
Yep. That's exactly what
And I
happened.
thought you were gonna hit him. I ain't gonna lie. I thought Mikey, I was like, "Oh shit," but fuck it, I'll bail you out.
Because God damn it, man. I had worked for 98 Rock for so long. Like
Yeah.
I felt so much more like that station was more, it was a part of me because like I had helped create so many different things there and the sound and the image and everything about that radio station. And then to have these assholes come in and completely change it and tear it apart is insane to me. But maybe they had a plan, and maybe that was their plan the whole time was to ruin it.
That was not a good intention planned. I don't believe it.
I don't think so either. I think that the company was in the shitter and they had to find ways to save money as much as they could. So they hired the cheapest fucking people they could with no talent or anything like that. Because when the company was thriving, we had the keys to the kingdom. We could do the events that we wanted to do. We had free reign. We were left alone.
True.
But when the company started going downhill, and every month we had a staff meeting, and our general manager had to stand up in front of everybody with the smile and happy attitude, like everything's fine. Like I can pull up the stock price on my phone. Everything is not fine. We should be panicking right now.
Well, Mikey, you told me, and I'm not questioning what you told me, but you said we were like one of the top profitable markets for that entire cluster at one point, right?
Yeah, we were. She showed it to us.
Yeah, no, the cluster, like they all told us, like, I mean, all the PDs, the different PDs and general managers that I had been through, like the cluster itself, when the company was Entercom, was one of their top clusters because it just builds so well. Because the ratings were so good on every single even the shitty pop station was doing okay for what it was. And but 98 Rock was killing it. The Eagle was killing it. The alternative station was on and off okay, but people loved it because it was no, I'm like before when it was quad, like it went from quad to something else. Like it had gone, it had been a bunch of different things, but then eventually became Alt 94.7 and it was doing all right.
Well, they told us every month in the because they had these slideshows that they would show us, and Sacramento was number one for at least a year and a half.
What about
the top build cluster in the nation?
Yeah, so we were doing great, and then when things started to go down, our GM would get up in front of us and show us some fucking stupid meme that was like supposed to be some uplifting meme about how great everything was, and then I found out that corporate was feeding her these memes. Yeah, and having the GMs do this, like she was supposed to be some thought-provoking, uplifting person. It turns out that it was fake as fuck.
My biggest thing
was a life coach.
You know how Larry feels about this because she's being a little quiet. Larry, you're not going to get sued. We'll sue him for you. I'll counter sue every motherfucker there who wants to. When we were in that meeting, Ian was fired already.
God damn.
And Stacy walked by and she looked in there and went to HR and walked past. I think that was the most hurtful moment because even when Ian got laid off, because she knows Ian and I go back many, many years before that, she would check and see how I was doing, send me a text. Mm-hmm. I've never heard from that day on. And I would have never been rude to her. It's just a job. I just lost so much respect. And this is a bitch with a capital B that's supposed to be a life coach or whatever.
That's what she's doing now.
That's what all of you fucking hot bitches do when you get old. You want to be a life goddamn coach.
Or real estate.
Yeah, real estate and life coaches. Whatever.
But I don't.
You never talk about tried, so fuck you.
You talk about that because the day I got fired, I can replay it in my head easily because it's the day I'll never forget. We showed up to work and it was a Tuesday, nothing was going on. We sit down in our staff meeting. She comes in. She doesn't say a word. She looks right at me and goes, "Give me that come hither finger." And I'm like, I know exactly what that means. I'm done here.
We all knew.
She brought me into HR, and then she says, we're letting you go. And then she just left the room. And I could see from HR's office that y'all were on a Zoom call with Vince. And I'm like, yep, he's giving them the news. And I wasn't allowed to come and talk to you guys.
Oh, we said, Joe, you're late for the meeting.
Yeah.
And he was nice. He didn't even call it out yet because we didn't even know. He was supposed to be there.
Yeah,
they wouldn't even let me come say goodbye. They wouldn't even let me say a word. They're like, we're gonna gather your shit and we're gonna escort you out of this building. Well, I couldn't say anything.
Is everybody? There we go. Well, I will say that day was terrible because we lost you, we lost Joe, and then that was the
beginning of the end.
Beginning of the end. We knew from that point that it was just a matter of time for us, and I don't know why they didn't just let us all go at the same time or whatever, but it was the beginning of the end, and then we started getting ignored. We stopped getting any sort of endorsements. We couldn't do anything. Nobody talked to us about shit. People just I remember walking.
We got endorsements before this.
Well, it was Stroke and I did. I remember walking into the building, even the new building, and just feeling so out of place, and just not feeling welcome by anybody. It sucked, man. It really felt really bad. It was a really toxic environment.
Yeah,
Larry, how much diluted? We don't hear enough of you.
I know.
You mean the day that the firing happened? I'll tell you, it was really weird because. So they came in and they told you guys you were let go. Then Stacy and Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Rogers, pulled me to a different room and they're like, were we keeping you because you're something special or something? They're literally trying to butter me up. And I'm like, it's a week away from my maternity leave. I'm not stupid. I know that's what you're doing. But then Aaron takes me into a separate room and he's like, Larry, you're my ace in a hole. You're my number one employee right now. You're going to be taking on so much. And I'm like, you're so well shit. You've treated me like shit since the day I've been here. Called my baby a problem for you. You literally said that my baby was going to be a problem for you.
Why? How did that come about?
Which part?
Why did he say that?
because he would have to find a replacement for during maternity leave. That was going to be a problem for him to have to deal with. And he didn't even call it my baby. He pointed at my stomach and he's like, "When's this happening?" He was like, "He was." I needed that guy.
Piece of shit.
Piece of shit. God damn, I'm gonna punch him in his fucking face.
When is this gonna be over with? Because I need you to do work.
I need this to stop.
Yeah, when I told Joe I was pregnant, Joe started crying and gave me a hug. When I told Aaron, it was a problem for him.
Just cuss his voicemail out.
God, what an asshole! What I mean,
And
and
that's a
that's
shitty thing to say.
that says so much about the people that we worked for. Like Jim Fox, from Jim Fox to Vince Richards to Joe to who we called Zoom Boss for those of you listening, and to Aaron Roberts or whatever the fuck his stupid name was. Like we went from some really great bosses. One boss who really created us, one boss who just let us do whatever the fuck we wanted to, and then one boss who just was really caring but was not allowed to do what he wanted.
He tried to go to bat for us. I'll never say anything bad about Joe.
No, Joe was cool. I did get in a lot of arguments with Joe, but he was always a good guy, and we always ended up just
To be fair, you kind of had some of them coming.
Oh, I know.
Our main thing with Joe was the music because we had a different opinion on how to do the music than him. But otherwise, we were lovely.
He couldn't control it. It was dumbasses at the top. So
Well, yeah,
It was Vince.
but he was a little bit because he came in and started programming and putting out a lot of shitty 80s music and stuff, and we're like, what the fuck are you guys trying to purposely sabotage us? It was really bad. It comes back to what we were talking about a little while ago, the slow songs coming out of commercial breaks and shit, and it's like, what are you doing? You're killing the vibe here, man. We'd be having a great break, laughing our asses off, and then we would go into some fucking Kill Myself song by Stained, and that's not good shit.
No. Because we brought that up many times. It's like we're trying to have we'd go into a commercial break. The bit is on fucking fire. It's like, yeah, we got a call lined up. This guy's been stabbed by a prostitute. Hang tight. We'll be right back. I'm outside. I'm looking in.
We
did that.
Yeah.
We had some of the best callers, man. And because of some of our callers, we created some of the greatest things, like that fucking. Remember who was the parking guy? Oh my God. What the hell was his name?
Oh, the Sacramento bad parking jackass?
Yeah, where did that start? That started from because somebody called us and complained about something. I remember you call him a Nickelback bitch or some shit. Baby back bitch. That's when the whole baby back bitch started. Fuck, what was that guy's name? I don't remember, but man, he got mad.
And I know it was a really stupid, like you just really want to punch him name.
Yeah.
Like this is just based on your name. You're a dick.
There's somebody listed in right now that's going to be like, I know exactly what you're talking about, and they'll say,
Oh, the comments are coming. I know that. They're going to figure it out, and we're going to be like, that was it. That was it.
Yeah. Such good times, but what are you going to do? Fuck.
A podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
A podcast.
Exactly.
Are we going to be able to
talk about?
Do you think we're going to be able to take calls from the listeners on here? Or
It just kind of depends. Like, we'd have to get a number. I think maybe the best thing to probably start off with is doing voicemails again.
Okay.
So I'll probably set up a voicemail number for us so people, if they want to leave messages, and we can play them back and then bring back that. At least that can be another segment that we bring back. What other segment? Is there any old segments that you guys would want to bring back?
All I know is people constantly say poop talk to me. Constantly.
Yeah.
So poop talk, if there's any other shit in the news, we have to do it.
There it is.
People love Metal Monday. There's no question about that.
Loved Metal Monday. I still like Metal Monday. Lara and I will do that on Freeloader Friday sometimes. So Metal Monday was hilarious. And
I liked Why Were They Crying? Or like the fart games. Sorry, I like the stupid childish games. Like, was it a boy or a girl farting?
the guy girl.
God, I forgot about that.
That was.
I like that game we used to play where you had to guess what they were fucking eating, these fat fucks.
Oh my God. We have to do that one. I wonder if there's a way we could do that with the videos. Still not know, like we just see them eating, but have to guess what it is.
Is our goal to be live on? I know the podcast will be available anytime. Is our goal to be live at the same time where people can watch? Like, what is our goal as we work this out?
I think we got to figure that out too. I would love to be able to go live. I think I would love to live stream the show while we're recording it and then distribute it as a podcast afterwards. But
because that would go with when if you say, hey, Stroke, go out and you're live with a bunch of tourists, and I go out and I'm doing some shit, even if it's terrible, how fucking funny is that? It's like no one can say no.
And you would just have to have your phone. Like you wouldn't even need any of your equipment. Just do it right on your phone, log into the studio. That'd be a lot of fun. So I think it comes down to have to figure out a day that we all can make it happen.
Yeah, this is a work in progress, but it's just something that that you people listening and watching have been just not shutting the fuck up about. That's why we're here.
That's exactly why.
So blame yourselves or thank yourselves because y'all the reasons that we're doing this.
Yeah, whatever this turns into, it's your fucking fault. So,
all right, so we talked about what we're doing. Mikey, what are you doing besides any radio, anybody sees podcast, like life, paying the bills? What are you doing right now?
So, well, besides I do some radio stuff and I do podcasting thing. I work for an organization for now. It's a great company. Don't get me wrong. The people I work for are amazing. Like my boss is awesome, but it's just not for me. Like to go from being radio my entire life to having to work in an office is the weirdest thing ever.
But I tell dick jokes constantly. I get it.
Yeah, right. It's how do you go from dick jokes to fucking Excel sheets? Like I have no idea what I'm even doing.
Normal people, like people in regular jobs, man, they're so boring. Why? Why are they so boring?
That's literally what I told my girlfriend because she's like, do you ever wear shoes? Like shoes are for people with real jobs.
Yeah, I don't want a real job. I don't
just because you have like a normal real job, like doesn't mean you don't have to have a sense of humor. Like I'll go to my job and I'll make a joke and everyone will just be like, what?
That's because everybody's so miserable because they hate their jobs.
They are. So I worked for the power company for a little while before this radio job, and this lady goes, "Please don't quit. You're the best thing's ever happened." And I go, "Why?" She goes, "You bring life to this place." So I'm sure Mikey, as far as like that place you're at is kind of boring. You at least give them a little bit of joy.
I don't give them anything. You don't give them joy. But I also produce like another 15 other podcasts for a company called the OGGN Network. They have a podcast network. And on top of that, I'm starting, Muscatello Media is a company that I created, and that not only is that kind of producing this podcast, my podcast, and something else, but I'm starting a mobile podcast unit where I can come to you and record your podcast for you and produce that as well. I got a couple of people hopefully lined up. But be honest with you, man, I want this to take off. I want this to be the thing. I want to do more stuff like this. I love hosting. I love being on a podcast. I love hanging out with you guys. I think there's a lot of potential here for this.
I think people crave it. Radio is dead, generally speaking, and podcast is the way to go. And I think people want to be entertained.
Yeah. And people are always saying that they're going to pay for it.
I don't think we walk in and go, we're going to entertain people today. We just are entertainers. It's just in our blood.
It's just what we do. So, Lara, what do you do? Are you still working at Target?
Well, that's my secondary job, but I'm painting home exteriors still. That's what I'm doing. So it's like from spring to late fall, and then when it's raining, I can't paint houses. So I got Target as a secondary job, but otherwise I'm just being a mama.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And is that
download the podcast, follow us constantly because we're trying to live.
Yeah, for real.
At Ian98 or 97X.
Well, I think that's another thing too we could talk about is there is some monetization possibilities here too. Like eventually there could be commercials on there. Eventually we can maybe do some behind the scenes stuff and get subscriptions and all those other things. But I guess it really comes down to what the listeners want.
First things first, I would say set up a Patreon. That's the first step. I
think that's the first step too, because then it's a really easy way for each one of us to create extra content for people who subscribe. So
well, that, and also I don't think people realize like you're paying for a service right now that's streaming this. That's $50 a month. I can't remember.
Yeah, it is. It's $50 a month.
So if that was covered, that's at least you got zero. At this point, we're not making $1. So I'd rather your costs go into it. And then, like I got to go out and buy a desk, and I have a lot of equipment. I just don't have it set up right now, but it adds up. You know that.
It does add up. And I mean, there's electricity costs, there's internet costs, there's just, and on top of that, it's time too. Like time is money, and it takes away time from what we're doing. And if we create something that people really, really like and people are willing to pay for it, I'm willing to put in the time for it, like editing and creating intros and all that other shit. Like the thing that video I created the other day to promote this, that would be the intro to the show. This thing right here. I'm going to play it real quick.
Once upon a time, they were a radio show. A damn good one. The kind that set shit on fire. Metaphorically. Mostly. They were number one. They were chaos. And then poof, they were gone. But you never shut up about them. So guess what? They are back. This isn't that damn show, but it's damn close. Welcome to Not That Damn Show podcast.
Oh my God!
Anyway, but that's that thing. In one of my favorite pictures in there.
No, the sign or the video of everybody protesting. I was like, where the fuck did that come from?
I made that. I used
was
AI.
awesome. That was awesome.
I pay for Chat GPT, like I pay for the better version of it, so you can kind of create a little bit more. So I used what they call Sora AI and just typed in a prompt, and it gave me a couple of weird videos, and then finally it.
No, let's give that protest video. That was real.
They were outside, but there was hundreds of people.
There was a couple people.
There was one guy. His name was Road Rash. He was shooting on the side of the road. Or Road Rash.
One guy.
Hey, road rash is equal to 10 men.
Yeah.
True.
Road Rash told me to fuck off the other day because I voted for Trump. So I'm like, I don't know if he likes me anymore.
He did post something on there. He's like, fuck everybody who voted for Trump. So I just jumped in there and gave him a middle finger. Like,
But he takes fuck you as a compliment. He told me if you go like this, he likes that better than a hug or anything else.
that's funny.
Okay.
That's funny. So, I mean, I don't know. We guys got to talk about like the frequency and, how long we want the shows to be. And there's a lot to it. And I want the people listening to know that this is work in progress.
Maybe we just ask people, do they want it once a week? Do they want it a couple times a week? How much do they want it? How much they willing to get it? Do they?
For me, podcasts usually go as long as everybody's got gas in the tank, because you talk about something for so long, and then you just all collectively know when you're done. Like that's how it really works in the podcasting world. As far as frequency, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I'm out.
Okay.
Because I have to work that night, unless we do it sometime during the day. Because from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. I'm unavailable. So if we're doing it if you notice the sun's still out behind me, if the sun's still out on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, I'm in.
I'm off on Fridays, so I can be available pretty much anytime on Friday.
We're telling everyone our schedules right now.
Well, that's fine. I think people, think about what we did when we were on the show. Like, we literally would do this shit when we were live on the radio, just planning stuff out and including people in. We were just having a bar conversation. But it would just have to work some stuff out if we planned Fridays, because the only thing is every other Friday I'd pick my daughter up from school.
Yeah, Friday
It doesn't have to be Friday.
Yeah. So I don't know. That was just saying it was
I'll tell you what, if people download enough, pay enough, I'll do it every damn day of the week.
Same.
Yeah,
me too.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. Like, if that's the case, if it comes down to it and they want to support us that way, I will do it every day, and it's not like, it depends on what we're doing too. Like, but when it comes to like this particular episode is going to be pretty easy for me to produce up. All I got to do is kind of slap a little intro and things on it. And that's pretty much it. But when we're starting including video and more pictures and all kinds of different aspects of the show, it's going to take a little bit more for me to produce it. So that also comes into play too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm a fan of Sundays. I don't know. Bring people to church. I like it.
Bring people to church. Do we want to go live on Sundays?
Church, and then we corrupt them before the end of the day.
That's true. I'm available on Sundays.
Sundays right now is very convenient to record. I don't know what day. So, Mikey, everybody keeps asking me. I'm sure that everybody's getting this question. When is this podcast going to be available? What is the day of the week? Is there a certain day we're going to release it?
I was going to say, there's no point in telling them now because they're already watching it, but we need to figure that out.
Right now, is we watching this?
No, I'm recording it.
Okay.
So I didn't go live on this one. I probably could have, but I
would eventually like to go live, because stuff like Twitch stream and everything like that, you can make money as you're streaming live.
Yeah,
so, I know that it's been talked about, like, hey, we just love doing this. I love doing it too, but I also would like to make a little extra doing it so we can do it more often.
Yeah.
And just another revenue stream for all of us would be just
incredible,
way easier.
Yeah.
It'd be easier for us to do this more often instead of just like right now. It'd probably be like maybe once a week, maybe, but 2 or 3 times a week if the money's right, I'm down.
Let me throw this out there for you guys. What if we did it as if you were a subscriber, a paying subscriber, you get to be a part of the live stream. Everybody else gets it when we
You get it when you get it.
You get it when you release it. So to answer Stroke's question, and it's going to not really matter much after the fact, but Wednesday is when this will be available.
So Wednesdays, okay.
Yep.
No.
Well, for this one, we don't know about going
Either
forward.
one. I think for now we could just say Wednesdays we'll release it, and then but we'll make sure everybody that's listening and everybody who follows us on social media knows exactly. I'll create some memes, we'll create some content, some marketing stuff to really get it out there so people know the days and the times and all that shit.
Yeah, I think that it'll be a lot more coordinated. Today was just a fun day, just kind of a reunion. But I think when we start getting into the news and things we're talking about, I think, we'll get back to it. So just evolve with us.
Yes, evolve with us, and the show will grow. It's just like it did when we first started it, when we did that damn show. But now we could do not that damn show.
Yeah.
How long before somebody complains, before somebody from Odyssey is like, you guys can't say that?
Actually, we can.
I know.
There's almost nobody there that would even remember anyways, because none of us were. They're all gone now, basically, besides Mr. Rogers.
I will piss in everyone's face at Odyssey.
I would also like to point out
my urine.
I'd also like to point out the name stemmed from not just the fact that we were that damn show, but we found out that there was another that damn podcast. So we're like, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
How dare they?
Yeah.
We're that damn podcast.
Yeah. Who are they? So we're not that damn podcast.
Put that down.
Oh, what are you doing?
Put that down.
I'm back in Florida, baby. We got guns everywhere. We just waiting to fucking make the news.
Well, now we're kicked off YouTube and everywhere else, so that's fine. We're already.
That was a water gun.
We're catching violations. Unfortunately, there are some rules like, well, Spotify and Apple don't give a fuck, but YouTube will be like, you guys can't talk about Trump.
Realistically, for the no offense, but I would just say cut that out.
That?
Yeah.
Oh, gun? Cut it?
Yeah, cut that out.
I might.
I think you should. I don't want to get delisted on our first episode ever.
I just want to be the first one to bring a gun out.
I could cut that piece out, and then that could be added content to behind the scenes that people have to pay for to see that little part right there. What were we talking about? What did we cut out? You're gonna have to pay to see that one.
Strokes penis.
Strokes, yeah, right. Oh god.
OnlyFans. That's how we make money.
That's what we might have to all start doing.
I mean,
my daughter has music in my room with her friend, and they found the penis guns, and she's like, "We play with the."
So you do still have the penis gun?
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh my god."
Oh my god.
I'm so freaking shocked that you kept that thing.
I'm not. Why are you shocked?
I was being facetious.
Okay. Penis gun.
Penis gun. Yeah. I don't know what people. What's funny is people asked me last night. They're like, "I thought you were in Sacramento." I'm like, "Why?" Well, because of all the stuff you've been posting. I'm like, no. I understand how you would think that. No, we've just been like on a hype kick for the last like 2 or 3 weeks. Like we're just trying to get people hyped.
Can I say something? Nobody fucking markets their shit better than this group of people right here.
Oh,
nobody. No, and we were told that when we were on the radio too, but we just for some reason somehow we know how to get people hyped.
I was told that in the last staff meeting I had at my other job. They're like, your Facebook engagement is through the fucking roof compared to our other stations. Like, yeah, because that's how I learned how to fucking promote.
That's how you get listeners. That's how you get people to listen to your show.
Yeah, I just post because I'm fucking psycho. I made $500 in 3 days. I don't know what the fuck I even do.
We get it. You're doing great.
I made $2.39, so I'm catching up to
you. You're riding his tail.
I'm right there. I'm right there,
You're
man.
right there.
I want everybody to make $500 a week. Fuck it.
I would love that.
I'm also lick my fucking tank.
Fucking.
I'd love that.
Instagram's like, do you want to be a part of the bonus program? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay, just post pictures.
You know what sucks is I had to ask them, could I be a part of the bonus program? They're like, we're good.
You're like, we'll think about it.
I was on that damn show too.
I'm even part of the bonus program, Ian. I got
But I mean, how much are you
$8.50.
How much?
At the beginning, it was a couple $100 a month, and now it's like $8.
No, I'm not making shit.
All of a sudden, I had one that got like 7.5 million. I'm like, yeah, baby. And it was nasty. It was about a dude's fart, about a dude putting his dick in his ass.
God damn, I'm like the Daphne of that damn show. I'm sexy as fuck, and no one takes me seriously.
Shut up. Hey, can I bring up one thing? I have to go bring this up because I don't think Ian was not a part of this, but I think Ian knows.
We get it. I was fired.
But no, listen, the Kanye West picture. Can we please talk about the Kanye West fucking fiasco with the stupid idiots from ESPN that turned it into this whole race thing? Do you remember
what you're talking about?
Those guys definitely were fucking each other, I think.
So there is this picture of Kanye West.
Allegedly.
There was this picture of Kanye West that was like glaring into the 98 Rock studio in the new studio. And we talked about it on the air. We made fun of it. And then I think we made a video where I took it down and replaced that picture with the 98 Rock logo. It was just for fun, just for a stupid video to start shit. Then these idiots on the lowest rated station in the market, by the way, ESPN, which is a gigantic piece of shit.
But they got their cock stroked so often for some reason.
Why though?
I don't know.
I don't understand because they're so bad. Even, by the way, side note, even Fox Sports in Sacramento right now has billboards that says sports radio that doesn't suck. Like,
Are they still on the air?
yes,
Oh
they're
my
still
God.
on the air. These guys said that we were racist because we took that thing down. They wanted to they talked so much shit about us on their own show. It was insane, but fuck.
They had
those
like
guys.
3 people heard them. Fuck them. You know what?
I know, right? You had a 1.1 share. Get the fuck out of here.
Is that lowered Rob's ratings now, or
What is Rob even doing now?
I think Rob's got like a 0.3 or something.
I was gonna say we talked to Arnie, and this was the funniest part of that entire
no,
conversation.
Up. I think he has like a
Well,
3. He's
It's
like
quite-
a 80.
well, that-
What's funny is what Arnie said was his ratings are this. His blood alcohol level when he got arrested was this. His ratings are lower than his blood alcohol content. That was the biggest fucking thing that we ever said.
You ask what he's doing. According to his ex-wife, he's mashed potatoing into a shirt and throwing it on the ground.
Oh,
That's
his wife, for his wife to clean up.
That's
what she
that's
said on
alleged, yeah.
Facebook.
She did say that.
Dude, when she came into our lives, I was like, "Where have you been?"
Oh,
She you've been sitting on this whole time,
Let's
and you
get her
didn't say
on.
what.
She should do the
Dude,
podcast.
please get her on.
I'm sure she would love to come on.
She would do it in a heartbeat.
Maybe we should have her on.
I think we need to have Lara's email to the bosses when you guys got fired, and we need to have Rob's ex-wife on here.
Oh,
Love it.
God, I can't wait for this show.
Write that down.
Write that down. That's for sure got to happen.
Oh my God, we got Rob fucking a T-shirt, and we got
Allegedly.
I'm fucking glued in.
I'm in. That's the next episode
This is
we
good
took off.
shit.
This is good shit right here.
I mean, if we're not on every city in America, I don't know why.
Hey, that's the other thing too. That people are gonna be like, all these radio guys are gonna be like, we need to just hire these people. We need to just bring them on. Can you guys clean up the podcast a little bit, not swear?
They're super humble and easy to work with. Totally.
Yeah,
Very level-headed.
I'm trying to be around.
We are dramatic and all this bullshit. I'm like, I never even saw those fuckheads.
Oh, what? No, yeah, the pop station. They called us divas.
Oh,
You
well,
fucking believe that?
You loser pieces of shit that nobody
Listen.
fucking listened to. Fuck you,
Yeah.
you fucking
Fuck.
cunts.
No, even our what was Alex who supported us?
Alex, she's fucking great.
No, what was she?
She was our promotions manager. lady.
She said we were her favorite show to work with.
Yeah.
Across the board. How are we fucking divas?
Because we acknowledged when someone else had a fire inside of them and wanted to do a good job as well, and she was one of those people. That's why she liked it, because we would
My
always
God,
talk her up
the
because she did a good
They didn't
job.
lick buttholes like the rest of the fucking fucks on the end and just had their nose up each other's assholes.
Hey,
We just
Stroke,
fucking did our job. Fuck them.
Stroke, tell us how you really feel.
That's all I mean. It. Fuck them.
I mean, I don't know how we were divas.
Somebody can say that.
I think we had high expectations, I guess.
We held ourselves to high standards because we were fucking winning, and when our ratings would go down even just a little bit, even though we were still number one, we held ourselves accountable, and we're like, we're like, what? No, fuck no, we should be doing better than this.
Yeah. And that sorry, we were better than them. Sorry, we're better than they would ever be. Still to this day.
Shitty.
Actually, that reminds me. Well, what's
Hey, War of the Roses, by the way, is fake. Fake.
Oh,
Fake.
Oh my
You just
God.
hire an actor to just get on there and just go, oh, I'm going to send you some roses. Remember?
These fucking
Fake fucks.
so now that if you're gonna say their phone pranks are also fake? What was their call
Yeah.
letters again? I want to see where they are.
Lara, how you doing?
I didn't
don't
know we
know.
had them as an enemy.
What are they?
do
What is
now.
their color?
Yeah, they talk shit about us.
Let me see if I can find it.
They talk shit about us on the air.
What was it? 106.
Oh, yeah. One of those.
Alright.
Isn't that a station that killed a fucking listener? We didn't.
Yeah, dude, that's the station. Yeah, we didn't. At least we didn't kill a
We
listener.
never killed anybody.
We-
Oh wow, KU. Oh my God. Let's see.
Don't put that thing
Yeah,
away.
that's what it is. What is it?
KUD. Wow, they're doing better than 98 Rock. They've never done that.
Yeah, well, you got. Who the fuck's that guy in the morning? The old guy. Is he good or no?
On 98 Rock, you talking about Neanderthal or whatever his stupid name is?
No, I don't know anything
Fuck
about
that
him. Is
guy.
he good or?
For the record, the pop station has a 3.6 for the last book. KRXQ 98 Rock has a 2.3. They've never beaten us. They never did. They in their wettest dreams they would beat us when we were at our peak or peak.
Yeah, no, they never beat us.
Never. Hey, but also a college radio station is beating both of us. Like both of them.
On 98 Rock right now is a guy named Paul in the morning who I thought I was friends with, but eventually started talking shit. I
He
didn't know
talk
that.
shit about you. Fuck him.
Apparently. And then there's the chick in the middays.
All the one air more to fire because Rainbow Warrior.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nikki.
he wanted to fire her.
gay every fucking break. Every
He
time
might.
you guys post anything. Okay, yeah, cool.
You
You
did
live
wanna
quiet,
fire her.
bitch.
Well, you know what, too? Like her posts are very woke. And then and there's nothing wrong, I guess, with that to an extent, but like
I
you're
never
right,
had a problem with her.
She
No,
was
but
nice.
you don't need to tell everybody you leak twat every fucking time you post something.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that she's just kind of selling that. And then the guy in the afternoons now is Abe something, and he's not. I think he lives mostly in Chicago. He's not really like he's in Sacramento sometimes, but then goes back to Chicago. His family and his girlfriend all still live out there. So like, but so, to me that tells me like, what kind of investment are you putting into your show?
But I heard good things about that guy, by the way. I've only heard good. I've not heard bad, so I don't know him.
I used to produce his voice when I worked at Sirius XM. He was a voiceover guy that I worked with. And then I met him, I think last year at Aftershock. He came up to me. I was in the media tent doing interviews and stuff. And he came up to me and he was like, "Hey, Mikey, it's finally nice to meet you." And he's just asking me questions about the podcast. It was a very nice guy. Very nice guy. I don't know anything about his show, but he was very cordial with me. It was nice to talk to for a second. And then that was it. That's sad.
Yeah, do you guys remember the day? Maybe it was 2 days after I got let go, and I called in to let everybody know. It's like, hey, don't stop listening. This has nothing to do with them. That was literally the last time I listened to that radio station. I have literally no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I don't know any of these people.
Those are all the people that are. Well, you know Mickey, but those are all the people that are on
I
there.
do know Mickey, but I was like, she is basically doing what she has to do to survive. I will not blame her for anything. I'm like, hey, this industry is fucking hard. We know that.
I do want to say this though, Stroke. Do you remember? So the Paul guy came from the radio station that scouted you and I. Do you remember that station in Arizona that was reaching out to you, to the two of us?
KUPD.
Yeah, he came from that cluster. I don't know if it was that station, but he came from that cluster. There was a cluster of stations that were before we ever got fired. And that was saying that reached out to us to see if we were available, that if we would consider moving to Phoenix. And I remember us having some serious conversations about that.
Yeah, I think I would have took that once we could have got out of contracts legally.
I probably would.
I did stop by there on my way back because it was really on my trip back to Florida. Ian's there, and I just stopped to say hello.
Yeah, I sat in my car the whole time because they didn't invite
Well,
me.
Ian was never going to be a part of it. I was just trying to see if something was going to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
See, our thing has always been weird because, and I get it. Trust me. It's like you have your kid.
Yeah.
And then Lara, she's married. And then, me, I'm kind of free. Ian's kind of whatever he wants to do. So I feel like the best way to put us together is this.
Yeah. I agree.
Unless
At least
they're gonna
I was going to say, at least for now, they want,
hardwire satellites, in our homes, which couldn't happen.
or they make us an offer we can't refuse.
What would you guys do? Because there's a new GM over there at Odyssey in 98 Rock. Would you guys even consider it?
Fuck no.
Yes. If I can piss in Aaron's fucking face, fire him,
Yes. If they could fire him and they wanted to bring us in, like, listen, if anybody from that cluster is listening right now and any sort of management, listen, you want to bring your fucking ratings back and you want to make some money, you're going to fire that asshole and you're going to bring us in. And
We're saying never will look us in the fucking eye.
I don't know this guy, but I'll say that they don't have the amount of money it would take to bring me back because I know that they're fucking bankrupt. They can't afford us. After what we went through, they can't afford us.
If with everything that we've said about the company so far, they chose to bring us back, I know it would be different if they brought us back. They would respect us because they would be bringing us back as a lifeline to help save the station.
First of all, I would
desperate. They can't afford it.
I would have demands like a celebrity.
You don't even know
Temperature.
the kind you read about.
Drink brought into me. I want to be able to talk all the shit I want to.
Don't look at me in the eyes.
No motherfucker better look me in the motherfucking eyes except
we get our own studio.
Escorted
What do you?
Yep.
We sent a little email, Mikey. You remember to the old GMs or whatever, Stacy?
Yeah.
We sent her one and we were like, look, we know that we have things that we could change about ourselves and you had things that you did wrong as well. And we want to bridge the gap. And is there anything you have available? And she did email me back. She said, there's nothing at this time, but thank you for reaching out. But we did try that.
And then I talked to her again after that. And her and I twice we were going to have lunch together. And then she told me that the last time she's like, look, things are changing here. There's nothing I'm going to be able to do for you. And I don't even have time right now to have lunch with the people I work with. So I'm going to cancel this, but she's like, I'm telling you that it's going to be different than you think. So, and then after that, she quit.
She knew the writing was on the wall.
She was gone a month later. They were changing a bunch of different stuff with bringing in that Paul guy, and it is whatever it is right now.
Now, you guys remember?
Fuck her.
I wonder
Same.
because we discussed that she has since quit and become a life coach. Mikey and Lara, you guys went to her brand new El Dorado Hills $2 million house.
Yeah, man, I think it's
How the fuck is she gonna afford that now? I don't know what life coaches make.
She's single, and I would fucking fuck her.
She's probably not broke. She probably just invested the big bucks she was making for long. She probably was smart with her money.
I'll give it to her.
And she probably got a lot of money. I don't know, man. I don't know how much money her husband was making. I don't know. She was probably.
Oh no, she was the breadwinner. She was. There's no way. There's no way.
I can.
But so you got money. I got dick. That's great.
So I don't know who's like even working there as in management side. I don't know any of the people there. So maybe Justine's still there. I don't know, but I would never want to work with her either.
I can't remember how many times I kept putting her in the car when she was like drunk as fuck.
Oh my god! I was going to say, dude, she would get so drunk and just. I'm not saying beg, but just crave Mikey's dick. She would go on Mikey and just dude, we were at Stacy's pool party. She got drunk as shit and fake fell on you.
Yeah, I know.
That was the fakest fall I've ever seen.
That was
Mikey's loyal though. He found his wife. He's good.
No,
he was like pushing her off of him.
He was literally sitting right next to him. And he's like, "Get off me, bitch!"
Don't ever fucking do that again. You're wet and gross. I hate this.
I was there. He really pushed her.
Well,
Just give me the tip.
You get nothing.
Yeah. Here's a tip: drink less.
Yeah, she was a disaster. That lady. I don't know what her deal is now, though. Maybe she's got it all together. Who knows?
Oh my god. We went, okay, so there was one potential endorsement I was going to get. It was like a woman-owned tequila or something. And
I remember that.
She went with me to go meet the client and have a dinner. When I tell you, she did not buy any dinner. We didn't have food. And that client mentioned, man, I'm hungry. And she kept saying, oh, I had a big dinner. I'm good. We went to dinner and did not buy the client dinner. All we did was drink.
So
tequila.
You did not get that endorsement.
No, we did not. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? They're asking for food. Buy her some dinner.
Yeah, get her a goddamn sandwich.
Oh my God. What a nightmare.
Man.
Anyway, whatever.
I missed this.
Yeah, this is good times, guys. I think we got a pretty good plan for the next episode with Lara's email.
We gotta get Rob's ex on the show.
I will. All I need is 3 nods.
I'm in. Thumbs up. You get her again.
Ian, give you a thumbs up. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
instead
invite
of nods, this is easier to see. So thumbs up on getting Rob's X on.
Oh, we starting all kinds of fucking wars.
Yeah.
And I want to know who the fuck that guy is in the mornings on 98 Rock, because I want to punch his old fucking.
I don't want to know because I don't give a fuck.
Mikey,
I've moved on.
I want to Geritol punch him right in this fucking old ass non-erectile dick.
I think the best thing that we can do is be the ones that bury that fucking radio station.
I would like to point out that in the promotion of this podcast, Stroke and Mikey did announce that this was going to be what we used to do, but uncensored. Everything Stroke has done. This is who he really is. This is not what you got. This is what you didn't get on 98 Rock. Is this what you ready for this?
I hated being the driver. Mikey, you be the adult. I am not.
I will be the driver because I have pretty much
Be the driver.
over here. Ian can be the second second driver. Lara can still continue to be Lara.
We in the back seat. We
guy.
just getting fucked up.
That's okay.
There will keep us straight, and I will just make sure the buttons are pressing.
Because otherwise we'd be gay.
Yeah, don't scare too many dudes. Don't be around Aaron for too long, and you'll be fine.
All right.
All right, guys. So
All right, I just want to end with this. Aaron Rodgers, please come vacation down here because I can't wait to fucking hit you in the mouth. Allegedly. That probably not right. I mean, I allegedly might do it. I mean, allegedly, I got bail money, motherfucker. Let's try it.
He thought he invented crystals projecting light on the wall, by the way.
my
Yeah,
God,
he
what the hell was that even about? This guy brings us to this fucking house and he shows us this crystal, this light that was shining through his door. Like, dude,
He said, "Oh,
cares.
I would have."
It's rudimentary science.
I ain't never met He's gayer than the people I know that are openly gay. Like,
didn't he just give us one steak and make me cook it for all
yeah,
of
he
us?
didn't know how to cook steak.
Okay, speaking of allegedly gay,
I think he is gay. Look at his fingers on his page. He's drinking wine he looks like he's surfing dick when he's drinking a wine glass. Look at his page. Allegedly.
the one of the co-hosts on the station that thinks we're divas, who is obvious. Apparently, he's not. Can we talk? Are you serious?
He's a little chubby, though. I will say that.
I mean, he's not. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. But
Bro,
I
he
would
says
say,
he's not. I'm like, dude, we all know. Allegedly.
come on. This
He's
is just
twisted on a lot of dicks. I'm just saying, like, he could have like dick everywhere.
See,
He's
this
definitely
is
that
the stroke y'all did not get. I'm used to this.
This is the dick talk that we would get when the mics were off.
Dick. Okay.
Oh man, that's funny.
I think we've exhausted the audience long
Michael,
enough.
you be the adult. You're driving the ship. Are we
Yeah.
done?
All right. Let's wrap this up, you guys. I will make sure we get this out there. I will get it all up on Wednesday. Not that it matters to everybody listening now. And then we'll next get together again next Sunday. Same time, same place.
Yes.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Okay, well, goodbye.
Goodbye.